Hello, I am Marko Teittinen from the Human-Computer Interaction Laboratory at University of Maryland. Today's network managers need to manage hundreds of computers with large hard drives, often with multiple users taking turns using those computers. Managing hard drive space under such conditions is very difficult, and this space may be wasted by lost files that are saved in wrong directories. When viewing the hard drive of our lab computer using Windows File Manager, we can see only about 20 to 30 directories at once, and the contents of only one directory up to that same 20 to 30 files. But getting the big picture of where all the disk space is used is fairly difficult. I have to browse through all the 340 directories. WinSurfer is a file management tool that uses Treemaps, a hierarchy visualization technique developed in our lab. WinSurfer shows contents of the root directory by dividing the display between the top-level directories. The big rectangle represents the total size of the hard drive, and the size of each small rectangle reflects the size of the directory. When one more level is shown, the directories are divided between their subdirectories and files. Notice that the direction of division has now been changed from horizontal to vertical. Again, the size of the rectangles is decided by the size of the files in that directory. The colored rectangles are individual files. In the users directory, we can see that James takes up more disk space than any other user. When we display all 9 levels of the directories on the screen, we see the largest files on the drive. The color of the files shows their type. Directories are gray, executables are white, graphics files are green, programming files are red, and so on. The largest files on the drive are oldgalax.zip, a movie database in Windows, and Microsoft Access help file. Here we can see the full path name of the selected file, its size, the last modification time, and the system attributes. Users can select which attributes are used for size and color. When we choose date of the files for color, the newest files are shown deep blue and the oldest files are red. We can see some large old files here and here. Let's switch the color back to file type. WinSurfer offers all standard file management features like copy, move, rename, delete, and so on. To see smaller files on the screen, we hide windows and access directories from the view, and their space is given to smaller files. Now we see 2 very similar directories here and here. Both the color and size pattern seem to repeat completely. The file dates and sizes show that there is indeed an extra copy of a whole directory. We can delete the extra copy. We also see a large green graphics file in the DOS directory, which is not supposed to be there, so a user must have put the file there by mistake. We can view the file to see if it's important or not. WinSurfer uses the Windows System Associations to decide which programs to start for viewing or editing selected data files. This image seems to be a background file for Windows Desktop, so it's not necessary and can be deleted. We can get an idea of what the users of the system are working on when we zoom into a user's directory, in this case Aras. He has lots of green graphics files and a couple of white programs to create and view them with. When we zoom out and into my directories, we can see what programmers' directories look like. A couple of big white executables, of which at least some are out of date and unnecessary, and lots of smaller red source code files. We could continue cleaning up the hard drive by changing the size attribute to file age and getting rid of some old and rarely used files. However, this presentation is now finished, so it's time to relax and play a game of solitaire.
For more information, check out our home pages.